Alright, back for another Halloween makeup tutorial. This is just gonna be like a glam cave woman look. So I am starting by filling in my eyebrows with a brown pencil. For the eyebrows, you can go as big and bushy as you want or as sculpted and glam as you want. It just kind of depends on how girly your costume is or the look you're trying to achieve. I kind of went for an in-between. I made my brows look really full, really bushy. Didn't really matter that they were messy and kind of unkempt. But then for the eyes, I made them a little more glam. So I am using a concealer just as my base for all my shadows and then blending that out. Then I'm going in with a matte dark brown. This is so that we can make our eyes look a little more deep set. Basically, we're just going to want to exaggerate our features. Like if you were looking at a statue of a cave person in a museum, we want to do that, but make it glamour, I guess. So I'm just making my eyelids look a little more deep set to exaggerate my brow bone. Now, I kind of have a more pronounced brow bone anyway because my dad and I share that gene from the family gene pool. If yours is not as pronounced, just keep setting that in and kind of contouring it out. But for me, I didn't need too much. And then I just blended it with my finger because it is a ColourPop shadow, but also so that it looked a little more natural and wasn't like a cut crease. So just blend it out. If you want to use a brush, you can, but I found that my finger just worked better. Then I'm going in with a dark brown sparkly shadow and putting this on with my finger as well. Again, this can be kind of messy. You can use a matte shadow, make it look like mud or dirt that they would have used to like adorn their faces with if cave people did that. I think that may have been a bit after their time, but you guys get the gist. And then just blend that out so it looks worn and like it's been on for a few millennia. Then for liner, I decided I didn't want to go with black. I wanted to do more of these warm tones. So I used a brown shadow and just gave myself some little baby wings. The lashes here are pretty simple. I just threw on some mascara. I did use black mascara just because I don't have any brown. If you want to use brown, use brown. It'll be a bit more natural looking if that is what you're going for. And then I did throw on a natural lash just because I wanted it to have a little pop of something extra. Really for this look, the makeup is just whatever you make of it. It's really going to come down to the costume. You can check out my Instagram to see the bottom half of this costume, but basically I just had this kind of almost cheetah print top and I took a cheetah print wrap skirt and put that on and it made for a perfect caveman costume. For the face, I am just using my regular foundation and blending that out with a brush because this is just going to act as a base for everything else that we're going to do that's really going to make this look. So now we're going to start the contouring, and this is where it starts to really get caveman-esque. You're going to want to contour your nose. If you've never done it before, I recommend taking a shadow brush and just making an 11 on each side of your nose, and then bring that shadow all the way up to meet your brow bone, and then blending it out. Then I am going into the cheeks, and I am really carving out that bone structure, bringing it all the way down to the hollows of my cheeks and all the way back to my hairline. So we get this very pronounced skeletal kind of look, just to really emphasize the features. And then we are going to just blend all of this. For the cheeks, you're going to want to blend it down. So you're going to want to pull all that pigment down towards the hollows. And then for the nose, you're just going to want to go up and down very carefully so that your nose doesn't look too skinny and pinched. You actually want to make it look contoured, but not non-existent. You still want your nose to look even a little bit wide. To further reinforce the look, I'm going to take a little bit of concealer, put it on my chin, the bridge of my nose, the middle of my forehead, and my jaw, and then blend that all out with a brush. This is just going to make those bone structures look really pronounced and big and square, widen that nose back out, and my forehead. Under the eyes, I'm just going in with a little bit of brown, again, to make a more pronounced eye. And again, keep the drama. Then I did throw on a little bit of blush because we are a happy cave woman. We are sun-kissed from hunting and gathering. And then I threw on just a tiny bit of highlight, just where the sun would naturally hit my face. For the lips, I just went with a very pale nude, something that was pretty much the same color as my skin, something very, very light. This is a NYX lip lingerie. It accentuates the shape of my lips, but also makes them look a little bigger and more like those statues you would see of a caveman at the museums. So for the hair, I will not lie, this hair is inspired by like Pebbles and Daisy Duck on an episode of Mickey Mouse Funhouse. I babysit a lot and I saw the hair and was like, I need to do that for my hair. So I am taking the front half of my hair, back combing it and making a big old snooky poof. And I'm just securing that with a tiny elastic. If your hair is thicker, you can use bobby pins. I find with mine being so thin, it's a lot easier if I just use an elastic to secure it. It keeps it in place and it helps it keeps it tight. Then I'm just pulling all my hair up into a high pony. You don't have to pull it up into a high ponytail. You can do a bun. You could leave it down if you wanted to, but that'll make it a little bit harder with the accessory I'm going to use. But up to you. So like I said, I'm just pulling that into a ponytail, securing that all with an elastic. Then I'm going to take this bone that I molded out of clay. It's literally just model magic and I painted it white. It's nice and soft and perfect to kind of manipulate with your hair tie. You could always glue a clip onto this, but I just used an elastic to hold it in place and it actually worked pretty well. So here you can see I kind of contemplated just doing a bun, but then I decided I would pull all the hair out and keep it in a ponytail. So you could leave it like this, just a nice messy pony, but I always have to be extra and decided that I need to tease it bigger and better, just make it look more wild and crazy. So we're going to back comb a bunch of different random pieces of that hair, especially right behind the bone, just to really give it a lot of volume. You could throw some fake dirt in your hair if you wanted. You could add a bone right behind the little poof. But really, that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one.